Hey guys, Joe here, and in today's episode of He Forgot to Finish Editing the 980 video, which I've been talking about for like 4 weeks, so he needs to make a one-take Monday video. Here we are, and buckle up because I'm going to talk you through my Office PC, how I built it, what I did with it, and what it actually is capable of, and we'll be talking about that. Also, I want to talk to you guys about those of you that do repairs and things like that, because a lot of people make it seem a lot more complicated than it actually needs to be. So let me back you up a little bit. And let's start with the fact that one of my buddies is closing up shop. He doesn't want to do the games anymore. He actually owned a game store. And I contacted him after I found out he was closing. I hadn't seen him in years because he's a long way from me. I said, hey man, let me come down and see what you got. And I decided to buy all his broken stuff because number one, I have sources to sell that stuff if it is actually broken. But number two, I know how his repair guy was doing things. So I was able to get in there and buy some stuff and make some moves that have actually already made us some money. So when I went down there, I bought a few boxes and he's still sorting through everything. I'm going to buy a lot more from him. And there were things like these. So you got two 3DSs. Okay, these are first gen 3DSs. They're still worth over $100. You see this one says defective, right? This one says works but needs shell replacement because it's got, damage to a hinge and the shell just looks like crap. Well, this one looked good. Did look good. This one don't look good. So why don't we, do that? And the reason why I bring it up is because a lot of these items in these repair bins that I picked up were dated like 5 years ago. 5 years ago, this guy had this stuff. These things were from 2019. The PS4s that I picked up, I had two PS4 Slims, right? This one, the network adapter doesn't work. It does happen with PlayStations. I don't know how to fix that. However, the other one was having software issues. Know what I did? I took the hard drive out, put it in the other system. That system works fine. Sold it. Same thing for some Xbox One X's. Paid $50 a piece, okay? It's not a lot of money. Xbox One X, you can see Xbox One X. Paid $50 for it because this one was having software issues. It would not boot. Well, I took the drive out of one that wouldn't power on because the power supply is bad. Swapped the hard drives, updated it, fully functioning Xbox One X. Just those two are worth like $550, $600. If you're a repairer out there, don't get laser focused on one item. Okay, this one's broken, it needs this, throw it away and move on to the next. No, take all your crap, fix it, and then you make money off of one, and if you have to sell the rest as just parts, oh well, so be it. But why would you let $500, $600 just sit for 2+ years? Doesn't make sense. All right, off that high horse. Again, I wanted to give you some tips and other things, but I also wanted to show you my office computer. This is a Fractal S2 mesh, I believe is what the case is. I got this from my buddy. I picked up all of his old water cooling gear and some of his parts, and this is all stuff that was in there. So I'm going to turn it a little bit so you can see it. But number one first, it's kind of cable managed. When you have extensions, it's harder to cable manage stuff. So you can see the 24 pins right there. But I made sure to make it as clean as possible so that when I'm working on it, if I need to change fans, easy to get to, the EPS power, all this stuff is cable managed, so it's out of the way. Come here, let me show you what it's got. Hi. It's a big stack of games that aren't worth anything, and I believe they're going to be the start of my collection again. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. What do we have in here? All spare parts. It's another one of those spare parts builds, as I like to call them. There we go, a little bit better view. In there is my ASRock AB320 blah, 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 non-Wi-Fi board. Has a Ryzen 1600, first generation Ryzen. 6-core, 12-thread, plenty good enough for an office PC. It has 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. That is not actually HyperX. That is knockoff HyperX heat coolers that I got off of Amazon without realizing they were going to say HyperX. I was just buying black heat sinks to hide some Samsung B-Die boards, and they wound up saying HyperX, which is, I thought, illegal, but I guess not. It has a GTX 780 Ti. This was the next card I'm going to do after the 980, because even though it's a 780 Ti and it's only a 3 gig card, it's actually quite capable in 2022. It's probably better than a 6500 XT. Has a Asus Crab or Spider Wi-Fi adapter on there. A little bit overkill, but I needed a good one for here at the office. And it's water cooled. Why? Because reference cards run too hot. The new ones with the dual axial fans or the blow through designs on the 30 series, those are great. The 7, 6, 9 series, even the 10 series, these sons of Juns, I'm trying not to cuss here, run too hot. This thing will run up to 82 degrees and hit the temp limit on air because it's trying to blow all the air out of the back of the case. And that's hard to do because that little heatsink that it sits under or sits on top of the die is too small. So I did this to the 980 and it worked so well that I did it to the 780 Ti. Kepler is not as good as Maxwell with handling temperatures. So this one runs hotter. This one will hit about 58, 59 degrees even underwater under full load. Granted, I'm running a lot more voltage and a lot more boost on it, but it is stable and runs good. Look, it's Deadpool. I just like that picture. But yes, I am running it water cooled. It's going up to a 240 up top and a 240 in the front. That's plenty because this system is not generating a super massive ton of heat because the 1600 is not like a 300 watt chip. And even though this thing is running hot, it's not pulling a ton of power. So it could be a lot worse if I were to download like a custom BIOS. I could probably overclock that thing and make the whole case run at 90 degrees if I wanted to. Water cooling. I have an EK AL240 pump res. That came out of the all-in-one kit. However, the rest of the kit used all aluminum components. I got rid of all the aluminum components. The pump does not use any aluminum, so that is fine. In fact, I do intend to take that pump out and put it into my heat killer pump res combo when I do another build at some point. The reason that's in there is because my Chinese pump finally died. I accidentally pulled a wire out of it and it stopped working. That's why there's a second resin there. Plus it looks kind of cool. Plus there's no way to top that guy off. You will notice I don't have a drain on this one yet. I have to add one. I really wish this was a port so that I could fill up there. However, I think I'm just going to have to turn it, right? Because if I turn it, then I'll have 1, 2, 3. Anyways, I'll figure it out. Don't you worry about that. Because I want the drain to come out and then come down on a 90, swivel out this way. So I'm going to have to replace that and put that running up there. Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out because this is too close to the glass the way it sits. What else is in here? That's it. That's all you really need, honestly, for an office computer. And I think it's pretty well set up. In terms of functionality, I did do a couple of crazy things. Number one, I'm running my crappy, here, let me take you off the stand. Whoa, higher quality. He must have switched to the rear-facing camera. I'm running my crappy 500 watt, well, not crappy, it's an EVGA 500 watt gold power supply. But I'm running that because I was being an idiot and didn't feel like putting in an 850. I have it just kind of braced in there. It's not going anywhere. I don't want to pull on that too hard. But I needed a fan controller because that pump res runs on PWM or fan control, not on a Molex, so it doesn't have like an always on setting. But on the plus side, I can actually slow it down if I want to. This will also be getting a color change here because I am waiting for my die pack to show up. I've asked a few different people and we've all agreed that blue will be the new color for this thing moving forward, so I'll just post a picture on that in the community tab. So that's about it. It's just a quick Monday tech video. I want to continue to keep doing Monday and Friday for tech stuff, as well as doing the midweek McPew-Pews. Again, if you're a member, every video that I'm going to be filming moving forward will go up there ad-free until it becomes a live video. And that will include the tech videos as I remember to edit them and upload them. Those ones take longer when I'm trying to edit them because I'm trying to think, and me and thinking don't get along real well. But we'll keep moving along. And if you guys come along, you become members, and you help the channel grow, that would be awesome, because that will allow us to do more fun stuff, and I can try different things for you guys and show you how things work and take other chances. So I want to do that. I want you guys along with me. Just kind of leave a comment down below. Comments and subscriptions are definitely a way to help the channel. January and February are horrible months for YouTube ad revenue, because we came out of December, Christmas, all that junk, and it's pretty bad. So come along, help the channel grow going into 2022. Hopefully this will be a decent year. And as always, I will talk to you later.